Can we? So we respond. We are back with another video, and this is Indian comedian's wife ruined his career. It's about Yasin. If I'm not Yasin. What's his name? Akash. Akash. His name is Akash. Exactly. Bro. I don't even know what's going on. I've been seeing like a lot of people, like like what the fuck is going on, gang? Like we don't even know. Like wait, should I put my cam? Where should I even put this shit? Yeah, I'm gonna put it on top of here. Is that cool? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on top there. Nah, put it down. Shit. Fuck. It's a react. I'll do that when I'm playing Dispatch, which I am gonna post tonight. I hope so. But let's see what's going on.
What's poppin', y'all? This has to be one of the worst humiliations I've seen, and there's layers to this humiliation. It's like an onion that we've got to peel back and forth. So this dude Akash Singh, he is partners with Andrew Schultz in this popular podcast Flagrant. It used to be Flagrant too, but then they just changed it to Flagrant. And the co-host, Andrew Schultz, he had done a ton of stuff with Charlemagne. But these guys, they had, a couple of years ago, they had Myron and the other guy from the Fresh and Fit podcast on there, and they grilled them and all of that while they were first going viral. But it's come back to really bite Akash in the behind in a very wild way. So the first layer of this is Myron Gaines, who is arguably, we can agree that he, whether you like him or not, he is one of the most hated people on the internet. And this is important because if you are hated, that means even if you put forth something that is reasonable or maybe even true, people at default will do their best to downplay it, shy away from it, look the other way, any number of things, because if people don't like you, they don't want to agree with you. They don't want to.
It's kind of like with the Kai thing, bro. Everyone just be hating what that nigga do, bro. I don't even know why y'all hate Kai for real. Like, oh God, like, damn, GG's, man. You don't want the internet to hate you, but it's not hate. It's just like a fraction. I don't think you're spitting. Really
so when Myron put together this compilation, it's got bad, and people that hated Myron were agreeing with him. And I'm gonna play you guys this original clip because wow, is it bad?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an Indian woman.
So this is like loyal through and through.
So at this point in time, in the beginning part, that's when they had them on the podcast several years ago. And they were doing this whole good cop, bad cop thing. I think those guys that came on as guests, they expected to be greeted maybe in a welcoming manner, but that was not the case. And it was a good setup by the Flagrant guys. They did an excellent job of their aim, which was, hey, make these guys look crazy, which is fair enough. However, at this point in time, I already thought at that point, what is Akash saying to anybody when he was 30 plus and he's like, well, you guys talk about relationships, this and that, when the guy's been in one. That makes zero sense. Or not also, even been in one, but only had one to choose from. And then it just so happens to be the one that's closest to you, like another Indian woman. It's almost like somebody is talking about countries and world travel, and the only place they've been to is their neighboring country. And you're like, dog, what are you talking about? You're not equipped in this realm to speak on things. So you should probably just be like, maybe ask questions. That seems to be something like, hey, are you qualified? What experience do you have? Regardless, it gets worse because at that time, his wife, I don't know why I think girlfriend in my head, but his wife, she was not on social media. She decided to get on social media, one of the falls of many modern public-facing men. I don't want to say successful men, but public-facing men. And this was bad.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my... living my
oh God! Ain't no way she said that. Bro, this gotta be AI. You see, I was popping my pussy. Oh God, and that's his wife. Oh my God, bro. No. Okay, let me not over exaggerate.
Nostalgic for college. I was popping my and living.
She was getting trained. She was getting trained. Oh God. She was getting train wrecked.
My best life in these white boy frats. Okay, I have two whole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my was a little sore. Oh my God. And I remember.
Oh my God. No, this gotta be fake. Bruh, that is white. She saying she was getting hit in the lana. She was getting hit in the lana.
How do you and your husband split finances? And I'm gonna be really honest.
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way.
She a gold digger. She a gold digger. She a whore. And I don't know. Bruh, this is insane. I didn't think it was this bad. Like I saw this shit popping on TikTok. Like everybody talking about she's the biggest slut and shit. But damn, man.
Street. This is a one-way street.
Oh,
His
God.
money is our money and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Why couldn't be me, bro.
But that's my money. Okay?
I don't know if you watch The Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like he's on my hall pass list.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else?
She said he's on his what? She's on his. She's tell me she did not say her fuck list.
The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like he's on my hall pass list.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hall pass list. What the fuck is that? Is that a fuck list or something? What
Chase
the
Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else? Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage? I think it's because my husband's never here. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for
She basically saying she cheating. My husband is never here. She's saying she
clout,
cheating.
and yeah, that's exactly what it is. No lies were told. I am leveraging the support I have. It's kind of like nepotism, but like through my husband, so like spousal nepotism. What's wrong with...
So this part was bad enough, right? But I was trying to cut Akash a break. I'm like, listen, man, this guy Myron hates him. He may manipulate anything in order to make it seem worse than it is. You know, I thought to my head, okay, his wife's got a podcast. Maybe he encouraged her to have her own comedy podcast, right? Maybe that's what it was, right? No, there couldn't be anything else. And this is where the problem lies a little bit later. But she goes on and she tries to do this type of comedy that is not hitting the right audience. So towards the end, when she's like, oh yeah, you know, everyone's saying I'm using my husband. Yeah, it's like spousal nepotism. And you just think about it and you're like, well, if this was only hitting a female audience, this would be fine. But the audience that this is hitting is the male audience. And you don't want that. It's almost like, think of if, who is somebody that's really, really out there? Think of, oh my God. Well, let's just take a Myron, for example, or on a lesser note in academics. If those two guys were shown, like let's say they were small and they were only shown to a female audience, what do you think the response would be? It would be brutal. It would be terrible. It would be a nightmare for them. In this woman's case, Akash's wife, she's not big. And she's only getting male attention here and negative male attention here for embarrassing her husband. And this is another thing where I was like, okay, well, she's just talking about her past, right? Like, who cares about her past, man? Like, if you're man enough, you can take that.
Bro, don't tell me this. She talking about she didn't have it recently, game, bro.
We've already confirmed. I'm just a boy. That's like I've said that. You know, like what's her name? Wendy Ortiz, the streamer. She said she's just a girl. She can't figure out whether to do a subathon or to watch her daughter. And I feel her on that, man. You know, when you're just a kid at heart and upstairs in your mind, you don't know any better. So I leave that to the men out there in the world, to bear the responsibilities for the rest of us. But she's talking about getting cracked up, right, left, center, when Akash's pride is, I waited and I held off my entire life for my wife. And I thought, okay, well, all right, so she's embarrassing him, but he knows about this stuff, right? Like, he didn't think that she was also a virgin when she met him, right? And that's where this clip came in, and I just had to throw in the white towel. I just threw it right in the middle of the ring. I had to get Akash back into our corner. We were not going to do another training camp together, that's for sure, after I saw this clip.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any partner, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
Oh, God. Nice GG's. Nah, it's bad. It's really bad.
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Oh, man. That is when...
Oh, my God. Nah, it's bad, bruh. How you 31 and you like... Wait, nigga, wait. I mean, I don't want to judge, but 31, my nigga, you haven't... I mean, shit. I mean, it's cool, man. Everybody, goes through different shit, but god damn. Money wasn't hitting hard, my nigga. Like, sheesh. I'm not gonna lie. And this nigga said I couldn't believe her, but damn.
And everything came crashing down. And I'm thinking, like, dog, there's... If it's hard to believe, then you probably shouldn't believe it. It's almost like if an offer is too good to be true, then it's probably not true. But he's like,
yeah, it's not true.
You guys wouldn't believe this if you saw her. And it seems like we wouldn't believe it if we saw her. We definitely don't believe it after we heard her. And it seems like he's the only person that believed it. So I don't know, was this guy watching her podcast and were they having arguments about this? But his wife would come out to address this in a very... she's just so unlikable, and I know she's trying to be unlikable. That's the worst part about it, and it doesn't hit the same. Like, she doesn't have that oomph to it. But she talks about this in another clip I'm going to play for you guys right now.
This comment is so gross to me. Excuse my face, I just got a Fraxel, so it looks a little crazy. But it's like, who the f*** are you to talk about when I lost my virginity? I will talk about it because it's my and it's my story. So sit the f down and shut the f up. And also, do you think Akash never touched a woman before he met me? Like, we both up with people, we both were in relationships, and then together we both lost our virginity. So sit the f down. You're like, just unfollow me. You're so annoying.
She's saying, oh, do you guys believe Akash had never touched a woman before me? Yeah, no, I believe he probably gave a hug to his mother, a kiss on the forehead, maybe held his sister's hand walking her to school if he has one, maybe gave a couple of hugs.
Nah,
yeah,
you're
sure.
Going crazy.
Do we believe Akash when he says that, yeah, he was never with a chick before his wife? Yes, I think 100% of us in the audience believe that. Why would he lie about that? Now, her lying, that's a different story, because Akash would even talk about how they met. And this is the thing too, because she would talk about stories where she was saying like, yeah, like I invited a guy over and he was sticking stuff up her behind. So she's already moving towards the behind. And yeah, I let him sleep over. Like, come on, dog. This is where we got to get to. What is the definition of a virgin? Because she might have been one of those, like, quote unquote, I don't know how true this is. They say it's a thing in Turkey. They also say it's a thing in Catholic schools where they're like, yeah, like you're a virgin if you just only take it from behind. It's like, okay.
Whoa. Now that's crazy. What the fuck? Nigga, there are people who believe that shit. Oh, sick, my nigga. On God. Ew.
Like, sodomy is technically worse than losing it, but hey, listen.
Nah, bruh. Nah. I gotta end this video. On God. Nah. That's enough. Peace out and stay late. You wanna watch the full video, bro? Go watch your sin, bro, nigga. Go your sin extra. You can go watch him, bro. But damn, shit. Oh God, that's crazy. Peace out.